Alongside it, a long silence, a strong, vibrant, meditative song of guidance designed to raise eyelids sublime and save the assignments with warm regards and age kindness for today's climate. In the vein, the gang violence meets the gang's demises, and it bangs, rises like wings on a plane, plus a pilot who can fly into the eye, hurricane, iris stylish, same shoe in different sizes, with evidences of the mileage and the growth. Top hats and coats, tuxedos and throats where the bow ties post. Folks look past the lower class blower of the notes and tell unspoken jokes as they approach what she'll never be inside. But she holds, yeah, really need, very beautifully, rated. A little battle rise for you, little battle ride, little battle ride. Really need, very beautifully, rated.
This rivalry has been brewing for... And here is the destroyer, Benn, one of those must-see type of fighters coming out of the UK. The famous son of a legend who's beating his own path.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, introducing from Essex, England, a continental welterweight champion, Conor, the Destroyer, Benn. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Bolton, England, here is the Olympic silver medalist, one of Britain's youngest ever professional world champion, a unified 140-pound champion of the world, introducing Amir King Khan.
One of the hottest tickets. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. He missed with that jab. Beautiful counter punch. A straight right just misses. He threw a punch and just got countered. Well done with that counter shot. A straight right just misses. The crowd is dressed to impress here tonight, and the fighters promise to do the same as we cannot wait for this, our main event.
This is that place you want to say, I fought there, I've been there, and now we are here.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. It's all offense all the time. The perfect counter lands. The straight right just misses. Hook misses. That counter shot lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benn in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round. Here we go for round 2. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
straight right just misses. They better start respecting each other's punching power. We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
This fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
Outside fights create so much unpredictable movement. Moves left to right, box forward, box backwards. You don't know if they're going to attack or defend. Nightmare fighters.
Do you believe this? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Benn in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. And there's the bell for round 3. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Punch, counter punch. Just missed with that jab. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Which fighter will say no mas? What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Benn in that last round. The game plan does not seem... Back at it in round 4. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and start it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
That hook was off target. Nice counter. A lot of effort being exerted here. And that left hook doesn't find its target. Those counter punches have to hurt. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
That left hook missed. these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? They won't give us a second to catch our breath. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benn in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
Dominance.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You're a power puncher. You're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Both men step back for just a moment. We wanted action, and they are delivering. And he scores with the counter. That jab doesn't score. Perfect counter shot. Let's talk about Benn in that last round. Pretty dominant round there.
It's the same again. Don't tease too much yet.
On to the 6th round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
Beautiful counter shot. Catch and shoot. That counter punch caught him clean. One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter shot. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. How about that time counter shot? Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Benn in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close. Here comes round 7. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Some fighters are just gifted. Gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Nice defense with that jab. Do you believe what we're seeing? Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you've hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Benn in that last round. I promise. And there's the bell for round 8. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. The straight right just misses. Nice counter shot. Good looking right hook, but that was blocked. Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
I've seen some aggressive fighters like this, and they are a nightmare. If you are not fit, that is the worst place to be, having second thoughts in the ring.
I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Down goes Benn. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
That's lights out right there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your ball.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get...
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Judges have spoken a unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get...